that our babies, our voices are heard, that the least of these across our community are heard. And then on top of that, to be able to have a sink for the community, to be able to come and do something as simple as washing their hands is a blessing in itself, something that so many people take for granted. So again, I want to say on behalf of the Empowerment Church, thank you so much to all of our community partners, to Belfair, to Strong Hands United, to Curtis Free, for allowing us to be able to have this sink here and this billboard at our church. It's our goal for this to be a home for people in this community, and this makes it so much easier. So without further ado, I know Pastor usually long-winded, I'm going to move out the way. Without further ado, would you do me a favor and please put your hands together for the founder and the director, Strong Hands United, Curtis Free.
Oh, thank you, Pastor. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. You know, when I was about 23 years old, somebody asked me what my definition of success was. And being at that age, I said, I need money and cars and houses and beautiful women. But here it is, 30 years later, and the guy asked me, what's your definition of success? And I had to think about it. And I said, you know what? It's having real friends and real family with unconditional love. You know, that's what makes me rich. You know, and another thing was being in harmony with God's will. You know, when I allow myself, God to use me as a vessel to help somebody that didn't see a way out or was stuck, and I see God use me, and then I look at them and the relief there, that's nothing money can give me. Nothing money, you know. But with that being said, I had a vision, came to me in the middle of the night, was like, how are you going to help the homeless? You need to help the homeless. And it just came to me with this hand washing sink, because a lot of the homeless, when they had access to water before the pandemic, they could go to McDonald's, to public library and wash their hands. They have very little, if any, access to fresh water now. You know, so I'm glad God used me, you know, to do this. But moving right along, one of the things that's just as important is this missing children's billboard. You know, I'm also on the Cuyahoga County Human Trafficking Coalition Committee, and Ohio is up in the top 5 for human trafficking. You know, it's really, really bad. And East Cleveland is kind of like a breeding ground, you know, especially this area around here. So this is really important to me, you know, for this board. And with that being said, I want to thank all the community leaders, because I couldn't have did this by myself. You know, the moment I take credit for this, anything is over with. You know, I understand where I came from. But one of the guys I want to introduce first is our City Council President, Councilman Ernest. Say a few words.
Thank you, Brother Free. God bless you all. I want to say a big, great thank you to Brother Freed and Strong Hands United, the Empowerment Church, and again, each and every last one of you. The people that's unfortunate enough to have to be on the streets 24/7, those people are human beings also. So again, that's why we thank Brother Freed and Strong Hands United for thinking about the forgotten people. Also in East Cleveland, a lot of people don't know there are hundreds of people, hundreds of children and people that are missing from right here in these little 3 miles. So again, we thank Brother Freed, Strong Hands United, and the Empowerment Church for their efforts in finding our missing children, stopping from more children going missing, more people and period going missing, and thinking about the ones that are usually forgotten. So thank you, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Karen McHenry. She's the one we partnered up with her. She is the program director of Belfair JCP with the missing children and runaway kids. I wanted her to come up and explain this board and what's going on.
All right, thank you. I'm so glad everybody came out today. It's so toasty. But again, I'm Karen from Belfair, and we're here to help. And I just think it's an awesome collaboration. We have talked about these hand washing stations, and then Curtis called and we were like, yes, because we take so many things for granted. There are many missing kids. There are many kids that are house hopping, that don't have a place to stay. We know that these kids have tons of barriers, especially with COVID-19. So we have a hotline. We're working closely. Cuyahoga County is working with the U.S. Marshals, and it's Operation Safety Net. And in 1 week, they found 8 kids. So U.S. Marshals is doing a great job making sure that these kids know that people care. And that's what's so special about the church. We feel real strongly that if they know there's a safe place to go, that hopefully they're going to come here. And people will accept them for who they are. So it's really, really important that they have unconditional love, because we know they fall victims of sex trafficking. As soon as somebody says, you're pretty, you're special, and they don't believe that for themselves, then they start to get groomed. So we want to make sure that kids know that they're special and that they're cared for. There's 51 kids missing from East Cleveland today. There's 19 adults missing from East Cleveland. So in the whole county, though, there's only 230 kids missing, and 51 are from here. So please ask people how they are, check in on your neighbors, and let them know that there's a big community here in East Cleveland that cares, and they're here to help.
And to add on what she said, I always say that we are a tribe, we're a village, and even if that child isn't biologically my child, if she's in the community and part of the village, she belongs to me. You know, so we really got to look out for our children. On the table, we got safety tips for the parents and the children. So please, please set a protocol with your child. You know, if that protocol is broken, do not assume things are all right. You know, I'm a single parent. I have custody of my son. If that protocol is broken, I'll automatically go to red alert. You know, we gotta take care of our children. My next speaker is dear to my heart. I'm a convicted felon, and when I first got out of prison and made up in my mind that I did not want to live like that anymore, I text Judge Dawson. And he was like, well, you gotta change. You gotta change your atmosphere. You gotta change the way you think, you know. And I started going to his cycle breaker classes, and he has really played an instrumental part of me with me going right instead of left, you know. But I love her, and I want to introduce her. He's just awesome.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm not going to talk long, because you know, if you give, it's kind of like a pastor. You give a lawyer or a judge the microphone, we can go on for days. And if you want that, you can come to my court, because I'm always giving out speeches there. But Curtis Freed, I'm proud of you. And just as he mentioned, I was having a conversation with the councilman. I try to make myself available. I grew up in East Cleveland. You know, if it wasn't for leaders and strong men in our community like Art McCoy and other leaders who I can look up to as a safe person to instruct me, I would not be where I am today. So when people ask me, why do I judge the way I do, second chance program, cycle breaker program, it's only because of the grace of God that I'm not in a bad situation. I'm no better than anybody else. I just kept on going. And I believe that if we all keep on going, we all strive for positivity, we can change our community and we can change our world. So, really specifically, I want to congratulate everyone and Curtis Freed and just the community on the washing center. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. And I mentioned to the councilman, anything we could do to partner, because this is something that needs to be throughout East Cleveland, throughout every neighborhood, because there are so many people who are disconnected from the mainstream. I mean, one of the reasons I think the virus is spreading is because a lot of us don't think it affects us. You know, when you have a problem with paying your rent, or you have a problem with domestic violence, the last thing you're thinking about is, oh, and I need to wear a mask and I need to wash my hands. So when we put these in the community where people can get them when they're out and about, when they're trying to be safe, when they're trying to take a walk as opposed to exploding in the house, this will save lives. So thank you so much for doing it. And then the board is so amazing. I didn't know that statistic, that 51 of the kids that are missing in Cuyahoga County are from East Cleveland. So we have to band together as a community to change that. And one of the ways to do it is what we're doing right now. So that those who target East Cleveland for crime, target East Cleveland for a place where you can come and do whatever you want. When they see us in the community and they see us organizing, they're gonna say, you know what, that community is coming back together. And maybe I cannot take advantage of the youth in that community like I used to. So this is a call for all of us to get more vigilant with organizing, standing up, getting together as much as we can to take back our streets. And it doesn't mean you have to be violent, but just be visible. So that's what I ask you to do today. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm not going to take any more time because it's not about me, it's about our community. Thank you and good luck. Good luck and congratulations. Great job.
Okay. All right. With that being said, I'll let our pastor say a few words.
Oh, you put me back in the hot seat. I was staying up here. Okay, we'll do this picture. Then
Pastor's luck, right?
All right.
cool.